Hey guys, welcome back to Explained with Alexandra. I have your Week 6 NFL recap along with your mix of madness. But before I start, I lost a family member due to breast cancer, so I wanted to shout out all the lovely people out there fighting and supporting the fight against breast cancer. I love you all and your breasts. So Thursday night, I decided to go to the Giants game, and I'm not sure what was worse, the Giants' performance or the fact that there were two Eagles fans behind me that started every single sentence with, "and just like that. And just like that, we get a first down. And just like that, we get a touchdown. And just like that, I switched from beer to vodka." But enough about my drinking, back to the game. I truly do not blame OBJ for passionately screaming at a fan, since the only player on the team to have a decent game was rookie Saquon Barkley. But as he said in his post-game interview, that didn't even matter because they didn't win. Also, no matter how many times the crowd booed and shouted for a replacement, Pat Shurmur is basically taking a Saban stance on this one.
I'm not going to, so quit asking.
For the 6th week in a row, at least one NFL game has gone into overtime. This time it was the Bears and the Dolphins, which was ultimately a for the Bears since they had 2 turnovers in the red zone. Howard fumbled the ball at the 1-yard line and Trubisky was intercepted in the end zone. Luckily, Miller ran a late touchdown in the 4th, which would have won the game, but it just wasn't late enough because Bears defense allowed Miami to score a 75-yard touchdown to tie the game. They then went on to kick a field goal in overtime to win the game. I have to hand it to the Dolphins. They shut down Khalil Mack and ended his streak of at least 1 sack and 1 forced fumble. They also had their highest point total of the year. Their very own Frank Gore rushed 101 yards. Osweiler had a career high of 380 passing yards, and they netted 541 yards despite Tannehill's absence.
How do you kind of explain some of the lone assignments that you guys had early in this game?
Coach said that he felt like it wasn't an effort issue, it was a miscommunication issue. Would you agree with that?
Jalen, what challenge did Cole Beasley pose today?
Yeah, my reaction to the Cowboys putting up 40 against the Jags defense, pretty much speechless. Looks like McGregor's pregame hype actually worked. Prescott, Elliott, and Beasley were just unstoppable on offense, and Cowboys defenders Esh and Smith were forces to be reckoned with. All right, the next 3 games that I want to talk about had fans everywhere losing their absolute minds.
I'm in a glass case of emotion!
Rams, Broncos. Well, Rams are still undefeated thanks to running back Todd Gurley and the Rams' offensive line's blocking ability, which gave Gurley clear pass to rush 200 yards. Tom Brady challenged his mini-me in an epic game, but it didn't start out that way. It looked like the game was pretty much over at halftime since Pats led 24-9 and had already forced Mahomes to throw 2 interceptions. But Mahomes and Hill came back at the second half like Mahomes found Hill for a 75-yard touchdown pass to tie the game with 3 minutes left, which was awesome, but landed Hill a beer to the face, which was not so awesome. So that happened, and then Tom Brady happened. Passing deep to Gronkowski, then Gostkowski kicked the game-winning field goal, handing the Chiefs their first L of the season. Mason Crosby redeemed himself from last week's performance by kicking 3 extra points and 4 field goals. 1 to actually win the game, but this wouldn't have been possible without Kevin King's insane interception. That was a game changer. You know what? Let's just take a look at the last minute of the game in fast motion.
No timeouts. Minute 7. Ty Montgomery. Ty Montgomery gets to the edge and then out of bounds. Rodgers, all kinds of time. He's going to run it. They have no timeouts remaining, and he gets a chunk play out of it. Look at the clock here. 21-yard run by Rodgers. Clock ticking down. Can he clock it and leave them some opportunities to try to set up? 19 seconds remain. Here's Rodgers. Time of the essence. Here's the out route, and out of bounds is ball at the 47. Rodgers to the other side, and he does it! My, oh my! Equanimous St. Brown!
That shoulder fade. And Equanimous St. Brown. Getting his feet down. Torquing his body.
Crosby stands by, waiting for his chance. Under 10 to play. Rodgers wants more, and he gets it! Devontae Adams! With so many pressure kicks, and now this.
Yep, really exciting stuff. Edge of my seat. All right, here's your mix of madness. For the 11th year in a row, NFL teams have gone over to London to play its international series. Seems to be a big hit since this year the stadium hit the largest attendance record of 84,922 people. Luckily for all the people in the stadium, they actually got to see the full game. As for the people at home, well, they only saw half of it due to terrible TV scheduling. So when Todd Haley was the OC for the Steelers, Snoop Dogg despised the man. If you don't remember, here's a throwback of Snoop's rants.
And that's 2 times we couldn't get 1 yard. If we lose this game, Todd Haley, your getting fired. Man, you call weak plays on 4th down. Bend over the top or just run straight downhill. The is he calling? Man, the Pittsburgh Steelers need a new offensive coordinator. This guy sucks. Coach Tomlin, this is Snoop Dogg, man. Fire that and get us a real offensive coordinator. We ain't won a playoff game since we had this man.
Now that Haley is on to the Browns, Snoop finally came to meet the man, and all is well. But is it? After the performance by the Browns, Snoop probably still thinks the guy sucks. The Ravens had 11 sacks and ended up changing their name on Twitter to Ravens with 11 S's. Pretty savage. Seahawks safety Bradley McDougald dabbled with illegal activity and got away with it. And by that, I mean hit Amari Cooper helmet to helmet without receiving a penalty. And now Cooper is out with a concussion. Good job, refs. Continuing with legality issues, apparently Texans Jadeveon Clowney's hair-pulling tackle of Bills player Chris Ivory was totally legal. But Clowney, get it? Get it? Okay, whatever, moving on. Bills Josh Allen asked Kelvin Benjamin if he wanted to work on routes during warm-ups, and he flat out said no, so that's almost as awkward as my play on names attempt. But I can guarantee nothing is more awkward than the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders' locker room celebration sing-along dance. Good thing they're absolute smoke shows because that was just wow. Okay, last but not least, the spiciest mix to the madness. Bills Jordan Pointer has been messing around on his wife, Rachel Bush, and Bush was not having it. She sent tons of angry texts to the mistress, who I won't mention because Bush described her as the biggest hoe ever. And we don't like cheaters on this show. But looks like Pointer and Bush are fixing their marriage as she posted a video during the game of what looks like her man blowing a kiss to her on live TV. Or could it have been to the mistress? That's all for Recap and Mix and Madness. Thank you for tuning in to Explained with Alexandra. Please subscribe below, and before you go, take a look at Week 6 final scores.